It's the
Oh yeah, you can challenge me actually. I've got a Hammer Time loaded up. I'm gonna try and do it in the same order that we did the other matches. Twin losing another die roll.
Yeah, the Twin curse. I mean, maybe you could unban Twin if it just never gets to be on the play. Sounds fair.
You could unban a lot of cards if you had that stipulation. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I guess I'm mulling, huh? Possible I'm just supposed to, like, keep that opener and just, like, needle Deceiver Exarch. And maybe they just, like, can't win. That's not really an interesting game, though. Not like all of other Hammer Time games, which are thrilling. Wow, free Mem Knight. Score. I think I'm just gonna pass. Hmm. Just growing my Smith a little bit. A little bit. Excuse me. Kind of reads like he has a redundant Ragavan, but you still block. And then on our turn, we can decide between putting Luris to hand or cracking clearing. Twin went 2 and 3 in the first bout of matches, and now we're firing up the second bout. Not surprised to see a counter here. This will be sacking the Silent Clearing, so I don't think I want to be attacking. Twin looks pretty flooded, but I'm like flooded on Sigarda's aids. Better not die to my own goddamn Mem Knight. Snapcaster is fucking phenomenal here.
I'm operating under the impression that Snap Fire Ice is still bugged, just so you know. So I'm just gonna play as if that's not a line, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still bugged. I'm pretty sure if you target Fire Ice with Snapcaster, you just can't cast the card.
In that case, I think Snap Counterspell is a better line.
For sure, for sure.
Fuck, hum. Yeah, so we're not getting enough games to like prove whether Twin would be healthy in the meta or anything like that. That's not the point of this series. The point of the series is to get a sense for it. Because it's better than like sitting here and like just debating the pros and cons of Twin back and forth. Insufficient data is still better than no data, right? And like playing games does give you a sense for whether something is broken or not. 10 matches is not nothing. It's not nothing. So it might be low enough that Esper Sentinel actually just wants to like trade with a Snapcaster. I want to keep my Ink Moth around because that can one-shot. But I don't think I want to take 3 here. I don't think that's the thing I want to do. I have enough mana to pay for Sentinel anyway. So the awkward thing about this... Oh no. Multiple awkward things. Fuck. If I hadn't traded with that Snapcaster, I could have paid for Spell Pierce. Fuck me, hum. The literal one of Spell Pierce. Glad you're enjoying the collaboration, Lord Oni. Is this it? Is this Deceiver coming down? It is not.
So I have another Fire Ice in my hand. If this works, it should be lethal, right? But it might. Let's just see if it's still bugged.
Yeah, I mean we can play that it's lethal.
Yeah, I just want to double check that it actually is still bugged, and yeah, it still is.
Okay. Yeah, she'll left that ink moth back, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Plays around Snapcaster very specifically. I feel like I want Sanctifiers. This also feels like a shitload of cards to bring in, though. We don't have to play 4 Thoughtseize. We can play some smaller number. I'm gonna cut Baubles. Smiths. Shadow Spear seems better if you're like paying all this life to Thoughtseize, but I think it's still coming out. What if I just play 2 Sanctifiers? And cut Smiths entirely. I want to leave in the Needle for the Deceiver, of course. I think I play 3 Thoughtseize, not 4. Even though Thoughtseize seems great against a control deck that has a lot of counters. Maybe Thoughtseize is better than Seal. I do like that if Seal's in play, we like don't have to worry. Oh, one downside of Seal is if Ragavan hits it off my deck. I got to beat Hammer that way the other day. I don't know, I guess.
There's a place I can trace every line of me. I can taste
One card, please.
space I step into, am I free? Sometimes I feel like I'm floating. Sometimes I feel something deep there. I don't know if the knot's gonna give up or if I've done it.
A weird twin list, is it? Fucking, I played that Jeskai twin list, and the entire Jeskai twin list league, everyone's like, straight blue-red might be better. And now we're playing like against like an intuitive build of blue-red. This twin list is weird. There's no pleasing you folks.
Oh shit, what up?
Seems hard to beat. Hey, Masculine Teeth thanks for the 7 months. And that jump on.
Silence, silence, please.
Oh, the Sanctifier comes into playability. It doesn't work because of the Hushbringer. That's funny. Should I be playing out another Pure Steel Paladin? Oh no, there's engineered explosives, right? Give me a sec here. I should have pulled up a Spike's deck list at the start. It is open deck list because obviously, like, we know we're playing against Twin every round, and Spike just like played against the literal same shit. Okay, looking at this board, I do not see explosives, just Ancient Grudges, which have certainly come in. So no sweepers to worry about. So yeah, let's just play a redundant Pure Steel. No reason not to. Hushbringer taking it down. What if he put it in Blood Moon? I kind of want the 4 Thoughtseize on the draw. I also kind of want the 3rd Sanctifier, just because it's good against like snapcasting back burn spells. Also good against Ancient Grudge, right? What am I cutting? Esper Sentinel? What am I cutting for this 3rd Sanctifier? Maybe 2 is just the better number. I could maybe cut a Springleaf Drum. I feel like your openers are so much better when you have a Springleaf Drum, though. They can't tap. I'm rando, because we had a Hushbringer in play that whole game. Two Thoughtseizes is definitely wrong, right? Alright, I'm just gonna cut a drum. Just gonna break down. I don't like it. I don't like it. Some people only play 3 drums in the main deck. I think that's crazy, though. Hell yeah. we got some options here. I think I'm supposed to play the Sentinel. Needling Deceiver also, like, very tempting. Maybe should just play the Sanctifier this turn. Because right now we're a little weak to Ancient Grudge. And then we don't want to attack here, because Deceiver can still eat the Esper Sentinel, of course. Nice, I like that. I'm gonna lead on that. Oh, something's happening. Something's happening. No Cryptic in the Twin list. Is Cryptic too expensive for Modern? You can maybe play like 1 or 2 copies, but I don't know. There's only so much space, right? It might make sense to have like some amount of bounce. We could be putting Lurrus to hand, but right now there's nothing in our graveyard to get back with Lurrus, so I think we're better off just drawing a card, passing the turn. So Spike needs an Ancient Grudge for the Needle. Yeah. And that might just lead to a twin here. Yep. So we won the one Hushbringer game. We just kind of like flailed around to do anything that game 3. Hey, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, not actually getting any pressure together in that game 3 really hurt me.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. So I countered the Thoughtseize thinking that I could grudge your Needle and flashback Grudge on Hammer if he had it. But I didn't realize that Sanctifier exiled the Grudge, so I'm not even sure I was right to counter the Thoughtseize there.
I mean, did you have Twin in hand?
I did, yeah, but I think that like
seems correct to counter then.
Well, if you had Hammer, which it kind of seemed like you did, I think I lose the game because I have to spend the next turn grudging the Needle, and I think I just die.
Gotcha. All right. What deck did you play second? Blue red?
Yeah, I think it was a blue-red second. Then Rhinos, then Control.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Can we take a short recess?
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of go to the bathroom,
Okay.
lead the lizard, and then go pee afterwards.
Okay, I'll get some coffee.
That poor lizard. All right, I'm gonna play Commercial. Ugh. You keep this on the draw? We know that our opponent's on Twin. The Unholy Heat's really nice. I think you mull, though. I think you just mull. We don't have a 1-drop either, right? There is a queue, Jackpot. There's currently a queue of 7 people waiting to fight me. I feel like Murktide's really good because it like lives through a lot of the removal, but I'm gonna bottom it here anyway. If the Bolt had been in my opener, I would have been that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should have kept the iteration. Wow. I didn't know that they're drawing this card. Oh, I didn't know that. So now it's a matter of, do they have the 4th land? Maybe I should have let on the bobble, huh? SC Twin, maybe don't play Expressive there. Yeah. Maybe. It's so hard to win with Pestermite, too.
Oh, yeah, you saw the twin from the bobble, right?
Yeah, correct. Maybe I should have let on it, and then maybe I don't even play Expressive there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's also, if you have the burn spell in your hand. Although I guess I had the Pestermite. If you had Unholy Heat in your hand, you probably just have to try to find the land drop there.
Yeah, I had Heat and Bolt.
Yeah, that's definitely like the kind of feel bad game I think that Twin definitely can create.
So I think it's correct for Spike to board out Bolt against me. I think I want to leave him Bolt against Spike. He's got... It's not just Pestermite. There's only like a single Pestermite. But there's quad Ragavan and quad Snapcaster. But maybe there's just like no room for that shit on the draw. Maybe Ragavan comes out on the draw if you're Spike. Let's cut a couple bolts. And I'm considering shaving Expressive Iteration. I didn't notice that my counterspells were mismatched when I was like fixing my mana and stuff. Yeah, maybe go down to like 2 Expressive. I don't want to cut Murktide because, like, none of his removal kills Murktide. I think it's my best threat. Maybe I'm supposed to cut a Ragavan. Kind of hate this. 5 lands? 5 lands is a lot. I'm gonna mull this. This hand's really good if we can, like, land the damn Torpor Orb. Like, I don't even know if he brought in grudges. The issue is that, you know, it's a 1-lander. That's better. I think keeping the Archmages is better than keeping the Murktide. Could be wrong. Murktide's really good pressure. Tarn on top. That's when I start questioning the Archmages, right? Them Snapcaster beats coming in hot. Potentially worth a counterspell. Fuck. Not the best spell pierce ever, just kind of like denying him a card draw. The thing is, our mana is clogged up. So I was going to lose the land there anyway. What does the Gauntlet entail? I mean, it's a bunch of different decks, trying out a couple different versions of Twin. I'm not gonna list them all off for you right now. I'm a little busy, huh? Yeah, stumbling on lands fucking sucks. Note that if we'd kept Murktide instead of this Archmage's turn, right now we could play a larger Murktide with Counterspell backup. So it's possible that my mulligan decision hurt me there. It was also a mull to 5 on the play.
the fanciest way to win a game.
Yeah, my opener, I had the decision between keeping the Archmage's Charm or Murktide. And I have the Thought Scour, so I don't know. I think the game plays out differently if I keep the Murktide. I would have been able to play it with Counterspell up on this turn and just like have a larger Murktide than you.
Yeah, I think when you're on the Multi 5, like you were, wanting to keep the Charm for the draw 2 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. On the other hand, like, I didn't have the third lane for the Charm, whereas I could actually cast a Murktide on 2 lands. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe you're right. Maybe just drawing 2 is still just better. The Scour probably gonna hit us a land drop. I don't know. I thought it was close though, because like your removal just doesn't hit, your removal just doesn't hit Murktide at all. It seems so important to actually like have from the blue-red side.
Yeah, but if I just have a Counterspell, you know, and if you're all in on the, I guess did you also have the Torpor Orb in the opening hand?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a Splinter Twin and the Snapcaster that the orb blinked there.
I almost counted your Snapcaster.
Yeah, I wonder how different the game is if you do, honestly, because it dealt like 10 damage or something.
Some good chunk.
Are you ready for the next round?
I need to switch it over. I'm working on that now.
Take your time.
Sorry, I'm slow.
What's your impression of these two matches?
I mean, I think my draws were a lot worse than your draws.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like, I absolutely agree. I feel like there's not that much to like really glean. You know what I mean? Where it's like your draws were like definitely subpar both matches, and mine were pretty functional.
What did you play third? Did you play Rhinos or the Blue? You played Rhinos third. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I won the last two. Okay. I have not played a ton of Rhinos, but I've played against it a lot. That seems fairly intuitive.
Yeah, it's not that hard to just pick up and play.
All right, challenge when ready. Gutshot was actually one of the reasons that I didn't want to play Pestermite. I also just like have a lot of flashbacks of Pestermite like not doing anything where Deceiver would from back last time it was around. The Bolt format.
Yeah, I feel like the first copy's good in theory, where you kind of like to have more creatures than you have twins. So but I think that you talking about the Memory Deluge just being so good in this deck, and I absolutely agree. I could definitely see just in this version playing the second Deluge over the first Pestermite, and that just being the better way to build the deck.
Yeah, I really wanted to squeeze in a second Deluge. What am I doing? There we go. I just wanted to be clear that the Footfalls is on my side. If you let Spike untap here, you might want to counterspell the Stomp, protect the Ragavan. Maybe not, but maybe. I feel like I should be cycling Ice or something. Ice can actually, like, interrupt the combo, though. Tap Deceiver in response to Twin, that sort of thing. I might want to hold on to it. I might actually want the Fire. Yeah, let's just fucking get us tap Stomping Ground. Naturally, drawing the Triumph was kind of rough. If Spike had the land, it would be pretty bad to sandbag it. There's a good chance he's going to need to resolve Twin with mana up for Counterspell against all of the disruption that Rhinos has. So you don't want to sandbag your lands there to like bluff not having it. It just slows you down. Surprise, Rhinos! And then this one gets to resolve. Oh my god. That's like all four of them. I don't think I do any suspending here. I think I pass. I've been running so hot. I've been trying so well. They're stealing my fucking Rhino. How dare they? Yeah, I'm talking about the inverse Foxiferous. This is our second round of this Gauntlet. So, like, I'm drawing worse with the Gauntlet decks than I feel Spike drew. See? You see my point now? I might need these fucking footfalls. Like, drawing naturally drawing three crashing footfalls is really bad. That's not like a normal thing to happen to the Rhinos deck. Kind of hate this because it's an anti-twin card. I'm pretty sure Spike has a Splinter Twin in hand. Like, I think I'm gonna need 2 answers. The brutal part. So maybe I shouldn't be playing the Gauntlet there. Playing the Bone Crusher Giant does run into Spell Pierce. Could be a reason to chill for a turn. But then I'm not like pressuring with the Giant. There's just the 1 Pierce. I have lost to it once already. Yeah, lose to Ice or Spell Pierce or another Deceiver, Spike has seen all 4 Rhinos, yeah. I've got 3 in my graveyard and 1 suspended, so. Oh my god.
Shit, what up?
Hey, Two-Tone Terran thinks the Sob thinks about 27 months there. I guess if Spike has Twin in hand, he might not want to cast the Season Pyromancer, though.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, Polar Bear 4444 thinks the Sob thinks the 29 months. Oh, one of them was a twin, too. Kind of lose if I don't, right? If I don't counter this. Rough spot. Then they still have the Ragavan, so that's 7. We're at 8. I think we just dive to attacks next turn, though, right? The Rhino's still in suspend.
That was a really weird game.
Yeah, I was telling chat that you don't normally draw 3 out of 4 Crashing Footfalls. it's not a normal draw for the Rhino deck.
Yeah, and then I feel like I'd never cast the Season Pyromancer unless you're out of Footfalls, because that's kind of the only way I win like the fair on the ground game.
Spike seemed like really keen on Force of Vigor for this matchup. Just like letting you tap out and stuff. Suppose we could play it. I feel like all these like random shocks and stuff are really good too. Good cutout Furies, I suppose. Fury's such a good card. Trim down the number of Fire Ices. We can cut Prismari Command. Or maybe have like 1 Fire Ice, 1 Prismari. Fire Ice killing like multiple Snapcasters, or like Snapcaster plus Ragavan could certainly come up though. Yeah, I think this is decent. This is why Twin is so annoying. Why is Twin so annoying? They are playing a Pestermite, yeah. Yeah, Twin made me draw all 3 out of 4 Crashing Footfalls. Do we have my Jeskai list? We already played that half of the Gauntlet. We started at 2 p.m. today. We're in the second half of the Gauntlet. Yeah. Zan's just like super weak to a Ragavan. Yeah. This is why I left like Bone Crusher Giants in and stuff. Some number of random burn spells. Jeskai went 2 and 3 against the Gauntlet with a lot of close matches and losing 4 die rolls. I think I'm just gonna pass here. And next turn I can play Shardless with Mystical Dispute up. We do not have banned cards. No, we're specifically jamming games to get a sense of whether or not Twin would have like a big impact if unbanned. Right. To see if it would like add anything to the modern metagame. See if it would lead to interesting games. That sort of stuff. So it would make sense to like unban everything and just have an unbanned tournament. That wouldn't tell us anything, right? This could just fucking lose. Like I might just get twinned here. Because I don't have 2 answers, right? I can like Force Negation or Mystical Dispute. Oh, the Ragavan gives so much mana. Suppose. Just get a hit in. Love it. Spike probably just has an extra Ragavan if he's willing to make this trade. That's not a reason for me to like let the Ragavan hit me though. I feel like literally every time I've played against the Rhino deck, they have drawn better than this. Like 100% of the time. They would have played like their 3rd Cascader by now. Which I believe makes me the worst Rhino player of all time. Yeah. So, like, here we're not really losing to the Twin combo, but the fact that our opponent is playing Twin means that I have Force of Vigor in my deck. So I'm, like, more likely to lose to Ragavan, I guess. Well, it kind of matters. Yeah. Suppose.
Oh shit, what up?
Bounce like Ragavan or something. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Windmill Head, thanks for the 6 months. Second worst Rhino player? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So I think I'm supposed to play this Brazen Borrower, but it does mean that I lose to a Burn Spell without Force Negation up. Maybe just draw. Borrower doesn't like block any of this shit. Gonna need Rhinos.
Yeah, I think the trend of you drawing like bottom 20% of draws has continued.
Yeah, that was miserable. I was just saying, like,
What up?
I think literally, like, I haven't played a ton of Rhinos, but I've played against it a lot. And I think, like, literally every single Rhino player I've ever played against would have, like, fired off 3 Cascaders at that point or something.
Yeah, if you remember how well I drew against you, like I top decked, I just drew all gas the whole time, including double borrower for the win. It had to be like close to exactly double borrower.
And here I'm, like, hitting land drop number 7 on time and got a couple spare. Got a couple ready to go. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Anyway. But that's Magic, right? That's part of it.
For sure, for sure.
And you've been playing well. That always helps too. All right, Elementals and then Blue-White X.
I think I did blue white first, but you know
I'll keep it in
whatever
the
you
same
wanna do
order. I'll
first.
keep it in the same order. I don't know why. I prefer to keep it in the same order.
Yeah, I think these are the two matchups that my version is going to be worse than your version against.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right, send a challenge when you're ready. Okay. And keep this been a seize. And just tutor up a Triumph on one here.
You're not muted, Caleb.
Oh, my bad. I was kind of able to let me know. How do we feel about just slamming to Fairy? Just jamming this into a counterspell? Sure. I almost like it better on 3. I think we're gonna see a draw too. Yeah. Well, I'm not supposed to be muted for you, Heatblood. Just supposed to be muted for the Discord chat, so I'm not talking over Spike's stream. Why would you want me to be muted for you? Come on. Yeah, it's possible just activating Castle is better here. I didn't at first because me and Spike were talking a lot with her, but then we had some periods where... Now we've run into a cadence where we're like talking when we're switching decks, but we're not really talking during the gameplay, so I've started playing music during that point. Does that make sense? I think I'm supposed to keep both of these. Oh, should I just ending this? I think that's legit. It's kind of like a shields down moment, but it might save me a lot of life. So we could Solitude now, and then we wouldn't die to Twin. Twin plus Counterspell. Or we're going to attempt to Solitude in response here. And lose to another counter. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which is better. Obviously, it's way better to get the Twin and the Pestermite, right? If you can swing it. Like, if their hand is Twin, and you pitch cast Solitude on the end of turn there, where they can't, like, counter. If you do that, then they might just be able to combo again. It's like a totally reasonable thing for them. Purge seems amazing. Rip seems really good too. I'm almost considering leaving in Prismatic Ending just for Ragavan. I think Supreme Verdict comes out. Maybe cut a 5-mana Teferi, just because it's hard to resolve. Could shave like one of each Planeswalker. Those are like kind of win cons though, right? It's hard to go too low on them. Maybe I do shave Prismatic Ending. Play like 2. I do not want to shave Memory Deluge. I want to be able to operate at instant speed as much as possible. The memory is really, really good for that. Maybe I'll just play one Chalice. Rest in Peace is very good. My opponent's playing Quad Snapcaster and Murktide's post board that might be in here with me in anticipation of me cutting Supreme Verdicts. And Wear and Tear can technically hit Twin, but I think we have enough. I think we have enough instant speed interaction. We're playing Chalice for 1-drops. My opponent's deck has a lot of 1-drops. But yeah, Snapcaster is what gives him a lot of ability to grind in a control matchup. That's where a lot of that's coming from. So I think this rip's going to be good. And then next turn I'm just going to put the Kikira to hand, I think. Make sure I have a white card for the Solitude. Game 3 I might shave a Rest in Peace. Because he brought in Murktides that might be coming out. Kahira. Why is considered better than Opt in Spike's deck? Because he's playing Snapcaster and Murktide's in the board. Opt and Consider are like literally the same card, except for that one can fill the graveyard. So we need to Solitude here, and we need to decide whether we're going to... Oh, they're untapping? Interesting. Okay. Second Deceiver. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, so if it was just one here, we could have gone Solitude and then won the counter battle with Flusterstorm. But as is... No, I don't have Flusterstorm mana up. Do we pitch Veto or Teferi? That's a tough question. The way he played here makes me think that he's got another copy. Twin. So I'm considering a Teferi downtick on Pestermite, even though that's like terrible, which means I probably should have just kept the Dovin's Veto, You think the twin combo is pretty good? I don't think the twin combo would have mattered very much without all of the Ragavan action. You know what I mean? Like, the Ragavan's given Spike, like, a ton of mana to work with in terms of, like, playing the combo and then also having counters. So, like, taxing my removal by playing out the Ragavan first has been really clean. I really hate this. I might have a better chance of winning by just upticking here. Well, I don't think Spike Veil of Summers unless he, like, literally has the win in hand, so... But in 2 more turns... Or we could just be playing it, like, literally next turn, right? Because that Castle Vantress gets to scry. We've got like a turn to draw a Solitude or something. Do I think Splinter Twin would have been okay to unban pre-Modern Horizons, but not anymore? I mean, I don't think the issue here is Twin. I do feel the issue has been more Ragavan, which isn't really saying anything about whether Twin is fine to unban or not. It's mostly me just bitching about Ragavan. It's a little free. Does a little much. Ragavan is not the best one-drop ever. That was a Deathrite. Second best, though. Spike tearing through everything. Oh, GG's, but the Ragavan pressure has been like pretty unreal. Like giving you the ability to like twin like with like a pile of mana up has been pretty insane.
Yeah, I agree. Ragavan seems, bananas here. I feel like Archmage's Charm too, just like on that turn 3, you're holding up removal spells, just being able to draw 2 has been pretty powerful as well.
Yeah, that's sweet. I also like didn't really draw any card draw from the blue-white side. Like I can't like just fire off Archmages of my own if I don't draw them.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, that matchup seems really interesting and nuanced. I think that if Twin were legal, like I don't know how different the blue-white deck would even be built. I
think it'd be built pretty similarly. Yeah, you might play like another Hoser in the sideboard or something like that, but I don't think it'd be that much different.
Yeah, and I think a big problem is like the cards that are good against Twin aren't good against Ragavan, and so it's like if you have to leave all these prismatic endings in the deck, then those are can be really bad top decks in the late game, especially when Ragavan starts getting dashed. Yeah,
I'm leaving like 2 in or something like that, and it just feels miserable because it's not like enough to have it as a consistent answer to Ragavan. But then I also, if I ran 4, it just does nothing to the Twin combo. Pretty miserable.
Yeah, I've been liking Gutshot a lot out of decks like blue-white that, or maybe not blue-white specifically, but decks that have a hard time against the Ragavans. I don't know if that's something that would happen in this theoretical metagame. It also really depends on is Pestermite actually a card that people play in these decks, or do you just play more Memory Deluge?
I wonder if people would start playing Path again.
Maybe. It's also possible I've seen some people play Jeskai for Unholy Heat, and it's the biggest problem is like Delirium's not that easy to get in Jeskai control, but you
Yeah.
can make it work.
One of your walkers dies.
Yeah. Play Shark Typhoon for enchantments. I don't know. It's a pretty different deck. But I feel like this match set, like more so than your Yorion version, like just like the threat of Twin has felt so much more impactful. You know what I mean? Like it's in the course of these games.
Yeah, I mean a lot of
that
that is the Ragavan.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like otherwise it wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah, you can't.
I can
You,
just, like,
you
hold
have to
mana
deal with
up.
the Ragavan, and you have to leave up mana for Twin. It's a really big problem.
Deal with the Ragavan, hold up mana for Twin, and then like not just mana for Twin, because if the Ragavan gets a couple hits in, like it's just way easier for you to play with the multiple counter backup and such.
Yeah, exactly. You ready for match number 5?
Almost. Yes. One of my viewers said that the real thing we're learning is that Aspiringspike should be banned in Modern.
Don't tell Wizards, but I think you're right.
Are you setting a challenge?
I am now.
Oh, okay. The final match. Good luck.
Good luck to you too.
So, when I was playing a lot of elementals, I was not playing Cavern of Souls. And maybe you can understand why looking at this hand. Maybe I should be playing a tapped Shockland here. Instead of fetching a Triome. We're not going to be able to get a verdict from just playing a few matches Zoonlix. That's not the point of doing a band series. This is getting a feel for things. So if you're hoping for a verdict, if you're hoping for some definitive proof one way or the other, you are watching the wrong stream. But it is more useful. It is more useful than just saying, like, sitting around and theory crafting. I don't think theory crafting, like just like arguing the merits back and forth, is better than just jamming games, which is why we're doing that. Which is why we're playing some games out here. Some data is better than no data. Is the idea. In Cavern's defense, it would have been pretty great this game. Against the double counterspell opener. I've been pierced. Solitude was one of the reasons that we were thinking that Twin might be fine. It certainly looked good there. Yeah. Do I want to Ephemerate now? Does he have 4 card types? Enchantment, instant, creature, yeah. That was his pass. Some nice beats going on here. Here is your favorite companion. It's a pretty sweet one. I think I'd like it better if you couldn't just like play it in a creatureless deck. As cool as it would be to cast Fury here, I think I want to hold the Ephemerate up. In case of a removal spell on Omnath. Yeah, I think a lot of people would have just fired off the Ephemerate to draw 2 cards at some point. Spike has one card left in hand. We could cast pitch cast Solitude to get this Deceiver. And there'd be one Deceiver left in the deck. And Memory would probably find it though. I think I keep chilling. And I hope I don't lose because of it. Rawr. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Solitude now. You think so, Freedy? I've had some really fun matches today. I think the only unfun matches I've had today were... I mean, there's like a game I flooded. There were like some real atrocious Rhino draws. And then there were some games where like Ragavan made things awkward for me. But I don't think the actual twin aspect of my opponent's deck has been like miserable or anything. I think overall I've been having a good time. Wait for the Deluge to resolve. Yeah, they could have been better. The important thing is to play the Solitude while Spike is tapped out. Sneak it in there, and then we still have Ephemerate to like use it as a removal spell later. Which we've been repping for forever, so I'm sure Spike knows we have Ephemerate by now. I did play through the Gauntlet on the Twin side, yeah. Are we gonna see a Twin on Snapcaster? Is that what this is?
I haven't done this in years.
My god, the value. So there's just the one Spell Pierce. I'm gonna jam this. What am I doing? Oh, fuck hum. I know the Snapcaster can make a fucking counterspell every turn. I kind of want to use Prismatic Ending to bait here, potentially like bait a counter. It looks really embarrassing if this just like snap resolves, and then I want to play the Fury here anyway. But if they do have a counterspell, then I think this is great. And now we're repping lethal next turn. Whew. Maybe upkeep Scry, Castle, yeah. So the Scry doesn't have to find a win here or anything, he just needs to find an answer to the Fury, like some kind of bolt. Nice. Hell of a game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Considering bringing in the rips again. I feel like a lot of his longevity goes out the window if he can't snap stuff. And there's like the chance of Murktide. Maybe it's not right though. Maybe the rips just aren't correct. Maybe I play one Rest in Peace. One Rest in Peace. I kind of like that. I also kind of like the third Muldrifter here. Maybe I could number some number of Furies. Maybe I don't need 4 Fury. Play like a couple, leave a couple in. How am I beating Moon? Blood Moon? I'm probably not. Fetch basics. Arbinger finds Solitude. We actually chose this. We actually like most of these lists were all net decks. This is one of the few that we made like a slight tweak to, because there are some versions that were playing a few Arbingers and some that weren't. We actually cut a few bolts to play the 2 Arbingers so we could find Solitude more consistently. It seemed relevant for this matchup. It wasn't like a stretch or anything because I mean, this list is fairly stock. Yeah, I think I like leaving a few Furies in. I should maybe have the bolt in though. Answer is Ragavan and what? Leave 1 Fury in. Explosives on 3 could be good against Twin, and it could also be good against Blood Moon. Maybe play a single explosives, just have like no Furies. I feel like Fury just like ends up being good so often. It feels weird to cut it. Kind of hate the explosives. I'll leave it in though. We might just pop off mana-wise. Why is my deck legal? We're testing a Twin against a modern Gauntlet. I'm currently playing the modern side of things.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, Mono Blue thanks for the 43 months, and Georgia Monty thanks for the 44. Glad you're enjoying the collaboration. Playing Twin Mirrors would not be very exciting. That would not be the best testing. How did the idea for this come about? Well, Spike had been kicking around an idea to jam some games with Twin for a while, and I had done a banned series a long time ago for Channel Fireball, which was really popular. People still bug me about that every few years. So it seemed like a natural collaboration. I think some members of our streams literally mentioned it to each other, mentioned it to us individually to see if we'd be into it too. Hey Scoot Swarm, thanks for 3 months. How's Twin shaped up? Twin has been overall positive. We've had some interesting games. I've been iced. Could have played a tapped Stomping Ground here and saved another fetch for Omnath. I don't think the Omnath's resolving. Yeah, well, we're not testing no ban. We're very specifically testing Twin. Teferi would be really good to resolve here.
Oh shit, what up?
Oh shit, what up? Hey, C-Max, thanks for the 25 months. The 2 whole years. It's funny people call it testing. Yeah, why not? Testing's accurate. Accurate enough. That's brutal. I could have passed with a fetch up and gotten an island here. I've been just fine. Versus Blood Moon. Explosives would be an insane top deck though. Hitting Deceiver and Blood Moon here. That'd be really nice. Yeah, we just have an island and the Omnath is castable underneath the moon, and we get to like cantrip through our deck and do stuff. And play most of the deck. We could naturally draw the island. We could draw another Utopia Sprawl. And get things going that way. We could also draw the one of Engineered Explosives that I brought in, which would be, again, incredible if we got to resolve it. Yeah, I can't even play this Reef. This is Snap Bolt.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, hi, how you doing? Thanks for the sub, thanks for the 10 months. Sure. Now the Arbinger stays back. Well, there's that Sprawl I needed. It's probably gonna be too slow now, though, The Arbinger can go in front of Snapcaster, and we can consider just casting Solitude to hit a Pestermite. Just to slow down the clock. Might be necessary here. That's when I regret hitting the Pestermite. I also kind of regret running out these lands, because I can play Omnath plus land drop. Unless there's just a Bolt here to finish me. Archmage's Charm. They did not always have that third island. I think that's relatively recent. Murktide's Deece. One reason I brought in that Rest in Peace, right? So Omnath and Risen Reef both draw the same card. Omnath gains 4, but gaining 4 doesn't beat Murktide. So I think I'm actually going to play the Risen Reef here. Is what I think. Drawing a Ephemerate could even give me a redraw. Yeah, my chat asked me how I should beat a Blood Moon when I was sideboarding, and I was like, fetch basics, I guess. And then I like didn't play a fetch and lost a Blood Moon. Oh man.
Well, I think your Witsome Keith couldn't get you the island you needed, right?
Huh? I had 2 fetches in hand. I had a blue fetch.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I just played a tap Stomping Ground the turn that you played Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Let's fucking cut Bolt for another explosives on this here game. I don't think he's cutting Blood Moons. Maybe he is, but explosives isn't bad. Even if he is cutting Blood Moons, explosives still isn't bad. Setting it on 3 prevents losing to the twin combo. That's real nice. Correct, Quandary. That's why there were a couple of reasons that we played the Risen Reef. One of them was that we kept a white card in our hand for the Omnath. That was the main reason. I don't think I said it out loud, but that was the main reason. Just drawing a little bit more live. Keranos was in the old twin sideboards. That would, like, not really do anything here. Murktide's good enough that it should almost be in the main deck. It is dodges infinite removal. I feel like it might be better than playing Pestermite, just having some Murktides. Like, Murktide only needs fucking 2 attacks or whatever, and Pestermite dies to everything. Murktide dies to, like, nothing. Anyway, back to the tunes. Is Blue-Red Twin over Jeskai Twin? Well, you can't... Man, you're asking for definitive answers, and I've said several times that you can't really get definitive conclusions from a small set of matches. You need to play more than a league or 2 before you can say blank is blank or whatever. You can make some extremely general things, like if the deck doesn't work and you don't win any games, you could be like, this deck is unplayable. This deck is likely not very good. You could say something like that, right? But you can't really say Twin is like 100% okay or 100% not okay, or even like within like 90% certainty. You can't make any sweeping claims like that. You can do like a slight guesstimate, like this has seemed good, this has seemed bad. Right now, the Blue-Red Twin deck has a much higher win rate than the Jeskai Twin deck did. Part of that is Ragavan pressure. Part of that is that my draws have been rancid from the Gauntlet side, right? Spike made that comment too. Like, my Rhino draws were very, very bad, and his Rhino draws were very, very good. Like, he only won our game 3 because he had double bounce spell in hand. Whereas in my game 3, like, I had 7 lands in play and 2 more in hand. So you can't really make the conclusion that, like, one of these decks is better against Rhinos, right? It's only 2 matches. It's just not enough. Alright, game 3. The last of the series. Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to name blue or white there with the sprawl. I know I really want to hit an untapped land. I know I really want to regret not naming white so I could run out this Rest in Peace. That'd be really nice. And now there'll be Counterspell for Teferi. Or like Ices to keep me tapped so I can't actually play anything. Whereas if I just have an untapped land there instead of the Triumph, I basically get to win on the spot, right? Teferi lands. Just don't have to care about any of this. Yeah, not a great draw. And now all of our stuff gets countered. This is why I was like a little hesitant. I was like, yeah, I mean, you keep it. You have the chance to just like rip a land and just win on the spot. You can just slam Teferi. But if you don't hit your land drops, there's a lot of ways to be fucked with. Does he have it? Maybe not. Now I play the game where nothing gets to resolve. It's a good time. Always a good time. I feel a lot better if I had a Solitude handy, but I just don't. Yep. Wins. Oh man, that game was uncomfy.
Yeah, what was your hand?
My hand here is second Teferi, Muldrifter, Risen Reef, Engineered Explosives.
Yikes.
So like I kept the hand that had both those lands, and I was like, if we hit a second untapped land, I get to play Teferi on 2, and probably just win off of that. And then like you can't interfere, like you can't tap me on my upkeep and stuff, and and I can like just land the explosives and not care about the combo either. But yeah, obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was a really weird game. My hand was, I mean, obviously my hand was really floody, and I just top decked the Twin and.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had one of the 4 Solitudes, I think I brought in all 4 of the Force too.
Yeah, I remember when I played against you with Elementals, I died with Force of Negation in my hand. It's kind of, I feel like I'm not sure how good Force is actually in the matchup.
Yeah,
but it's something that you would have to like end up testing over.
It lets
like,
you tap
dozens of
out.
matches.
I think it's worse against the Jeskai version because the Jeskai version has Teferi.
Yeah, I think so too.
Whereas like you don't have Teferi, so I think Force Negation gets a lot better. It's just like then you have 8 cards where you can tap out instead of just 4.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you might like figure out that like 6/0 mana pitch cards is the sweet spot to be against Twin, or like 7 after testing a lot, but it's just kind of hard to know for sure in a small sample size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like my impressions of the Twin combo right now, it's like I liked the gameplay against your deck. I thought the gameplay against the Jeskai version was really interesting and engaging. When I was playing with this blue-red deck, I feel like the looming threat of the Twin combo was kind of it made gameplay worse. And obviously, like, I also won all 5 of these matches. I don't know how much you're supposed to read into like still a small sample size like this. But
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of those matches, like, it's hard to like say too much. I was
Yeah.
telling chat, like, the difference in our draws with the Rhino deck was like the most exaggerated, right? Where like
I probably had
like
like top 5-10%. You had bottom 5-10%.
Oh shit, what up?
right. For some of these matches, like, I agree with you though. The most frustrating thing for me wasn't like losing to twin combo or like the threat of the twin combo. The most frustrating thing, especially because like a lot of the decks that I'm playing over here have Teferi, so that shuts off a lot of the twin like instant speed thing. If I manage to resolve it, the frustrating thing for me was that match with like Ragavan, and then just like having really rancid draws a few times. I don't think my draws with the blue-white control deck were very good either. And I also wasn't like happy with all of my decisions, but anyway, all that's
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to digest, and it's obviously like really hard to make any sweeping decisions or opinions on this on like 2 leagues.
but you can say some general stuff.
Yeah.
And
Like
the general.
I feel way more informed about my thoughts now than I did earlier today.
Right. I think like in general, you wouldn't be able to say that Twin is stone unplayable. From these matches, it hasn't felt that way at all. It seems like it would be like at least a presence in the metagame, if not like a tier 1 deck. Despite
Yeah,
the fact
I
that
agree,
Solitude is in the format and there's a bunch of Torpor Orbs in the boards and Hushbringers and stuff, it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be too good because of all of those things, but it's not like it wouldn't go. It's not like it would go unplayed. Like the unbanned Bitter Blossom and it just did like stone nothing. It wouldn't be that. It would
Yeah.
certainly be a presence.
I agree. I feel like too good is also really hard to define, especially in a format like as diverse as modern. But I tend to have the philosophy when you're talking about unbanning cards that not only does the card unbanned not need to be like immediately a tier 1 deck or immediately really oppressive, but the gameplay also has to benefit from an unban. You know, I think that
Sure.
you need to take a much more conservative approach to unbans as opposed to bans where there's just not that much harm with leaving something on the ban list as opposed to, you know, putting something on the ban list. You have to be a bit more proactive because cards that are legal in the format are obviously impacting gameplay a lot more.
Yeah, could you imagine if they unbanned Twin? All of the people that used to love Twin like flock to the format, rebuy all their cards, rebuy Ragavans, and then it ends up like dominating and they have to ban it again. Like, that'd be so miserable. There's a huge like risk reward there.
Yeah, when they unbanned Grave Troll and rebanned Grave Troll because it was too good. That was, I think, one of the worst things that's happened to the format. I think when a card gets unbanned and rebanned, it's a really, really bad thing to happen to a format. And I would obviously want any unban to be like very, very carefully considered. And whoever's in charge of the unban, I'd want them to test it a lot more than
Absolutely.
we have here.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And you don't have to, speaking of testing and stuff, you don't have to answer me now. Would you want to do something similar to this on a different week? Maybe try out Pod?
Yeah, pod is really interesting. I was thinking that we could do like a Yawgmoth pod and then like a Kiki pod.
I like that idea, yeah. 2 very different like approaches. And then the Yawgmoth pod would be able to have like more of a toolbox
Yeah.
than it currently has. And Kiki Pod would... I think it gets the addition of like 1 more kill because of a couple new cards that were printed than what it used to have. Like, it can win from having a Mana Dork now. And it didn't used to have that.
Yeah, and yeah, because of it's not Thought Monitor, Corridor Monitor is like the real big
Yeah,
addition.
yeah. Or 1 more piece of the pod chain.
Yeah.
I personally don't imagine that being that big of a deal, just because you're paying like all the life in the world and you need your pod to land and your opponent does not have a removal spell and, you know, all of those. And then the cards that are good against pod are still in the format too. Some of the cards that are good against like Twin and Elementals, right? Like Torpor Orb and such. Needle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently of the opinion that I have a more strong opinion of Pod than Twin as far as the ban list, where I actually think that Pod really should not come off the ban list.
Sure.
Because in my opinion, Yawgmoth is one of the best decks in the format that a lot of people just haven't taken the time to learn, but it's like constantly top 8ing. It won this last weekend's challenge, and I think giving Yawgmoth a huge buff with Pod is a big mistake. But I'm also really interested to test it. So
For sure.
I'm looking
and
forward
then
to that.
like I'm on the other end where I think, or I'm not really like sure how much of a buff Pod would be for Yawgmoth, because I think Yawgmoth is also already extremely consistent, and I think that the cards that beat Yawgmoth, or the decks that beat it, aren't like necessarily weak to Pod or what Pod gives to the deck. But I think both of us are in a position where like if the Pod deck's like 10-0 or 0-10 or whatever, like it could change our, like actually playing some games could change our opinion.
Yeah,
shift
absolutely.
us one way or the other. And that's the fun thing about jamming games. That's the fun thing about testing.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. I know you're on well past your usual stream time. So, do you have any like closing thoughts or anything you want to say?
No, I think we put a good ribbon on it. Just that this was really fun and cool, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
It was a lot of fun. There were some sweet games in there, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, raid you, and hope you have a good stream, dude.
Oh hell yeah! first, like crush me in the long series of matches, and then come share the love.
Yeah, the bending the knee.
Yeah, getting good cop and bad cop here. Awesome.
All right, later,
I'll
dude.
talk
Have
to
a
you
good night.
later. Sweet. Yeah, well, that was a lot of fun. I just thanked him live, but obviously, huge shout out to Aspiringspike. If you're not following Aspiringspike, you should absolutely be doing that. He is perhaps the most prolific modern-based content creator. There's a few other streamers that are really, really good and specializing in modern. Doomwake stands out, but my perception is that Aspiringspike streams like even like a little bit more. I just had a few breakout decks recently, Jund Ragavan being one of those. We almost included Jund Ragavan in the Gauntlet.